JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 2 arrested as police seize guns and ammo. 2 men have been arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition after the police seized 2 firearms, including an assault rifle, on Friday, September 25. Charged are 35-year-old Shaniel Mardy, a taxi operator of Polyground District, Ewaton, St. Catherine, and the 35-year-old Jermaine Laban of Marcus Garvey Drive, Kingston. The police said the guns were seized on Foreshore Road in Port Royal, Kingston 1, when officers saw a motor car traveling along the roadway with 3 men aboard. The police said the men's actions arose their suspicion, and the driver of the motor car was signaled to stop, and he complied. The incident occurred around 9:40 p.m. The vehicle was subsequently searched, and one AK-47 assault rifle with a magazine containing 20 7.62 rounds of ammunition, as well as a 9mm Taurus pistol with a magazine containing 30 9mm rounds of ammunition were found. Both men are to appear in court at a later date. Man killed by soldiers on Maxfield Avenue. Residents of the lower section of Maxfield Avenue in St. Andrew are demanding a full investigation into the circumstances under which Errol Cavan, also known as Fisher, was shot dead by soldiers on Thursday night. They used debris to block sections of the roadway yesterday, claiming that Cavan was killed because of the long-standing problem of unlit streets in the community. According to them, 48-year-old Cavan, who earned his living by selling fish, had just left Whitfield Avenue and was heading up Maxfield Avenue sometime after 9 p.m. when he was spotted by soldiers on patrol, carrying 2 plastic bottles and a length of stick which he usually brandishes like a rifle. Residents theorize that because the street was unlit, the soldiers mistook the intoxicated Cavan for a gunman and shot him dead. His brother Maurice and other residents say Cavan was well known and loved throughout Maxfield Avenue and was a peaceful man. Without giving details, the police's corporate communications unit said Cavan was shot during a confrontation with a member of the Jamaica Defence Force. It said the matter has been reported to the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau, as well as the Independent Commission of Investigations. We need resources like infrastructure, water and light, and we need it as soon as possible. Through the lack of electricity, his soldier them could make out the man in the darkness. Them think him have gone and fire upon him, one man said. He said that the problems faced by lack of infrastructure went beyond safety concerns. Them coming with the online classes. How the youth them are going to learn when there's no electricity and no internet, he asked. The new academic year will officially get underway next Monday, with classes to be held virtually in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are using data Fisher to bring attention to the fact that we need basic resources, such as light and water, because if the street did light up, the soldier them would get the same armless, the resident added. St. Catherine man charged for attempted robbery of a licensed firearm holder. Detectives assigned to the St. Andrew North Police Division on Friday charged the man with shooting with intent, robbery with aggravation, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition in relation to an attempted robbery along Washington Boulevard. Charged is 22-year-old Ron Carr, otherwise called Rambo, of De La Vega City, St. Catherine. The police report that about 3:52 p.m. on Tuesday, September 15, a man was standing along the roadway when he was approached by a car who pulled a firearm, pointed it at him, and demanded his properties. The man, who is a licensed firearm holder, challenged Carr, who later escaped in the area. Carr was later pointed out to the police and was subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. 14 COVID cases confirmed at Tower Street Correctional Center. The Department of Correctional Services is reporting that 40 new positive COVID-19 cases were recorded at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center within the last 24 hours. Of the new cases, 2 are staff members and 12 are inmates. This development in the institution has occurred despite our rollout of protocols established by international bodies like the World Health Organization, WHO, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and other benchmark corrective organizations versed in the management of outbreaks within correctional institutions. These infection prevention and control protocols have been in effect across the department for well over 6 months. said Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of National Security, Matthew Samuda, in a statement. Samuda indicated that the department would be revisiting its tracking measures given the situation and release results of the COVID-19 test immediately rather than by its twice weekly, Tuesdays and Thursdays modality on the dashboard on its website. The department confirmed that, per public health guidelines, other positive test cases are placed in isolation and contact tracing and line testing activities are conducted to curtail the spread in the institution. Samuda also advised that the department has been consultative in its approach to controlling the cases in the institutions, collaborating with the Health Ministry and public health departments to conduct testing programs in centers once any positive cases are detected. We recently met with the public defender, as well as to ventilate existing measures at the facilities and to seek counseling on what other measures she considered would aid us in our management of the pandemic. The department says the positive cases recorded in correctional centers thus far have been largely asymptomatic. However, the agency says it is mindful that changes in the nature of these cases remain a real possibility. Director of Medical Services in the department, Dr. Donna Michelle Royer-Powell, stated that, with Jamaica at the stage of community spread and many persons being asymptomatic, our responsibility as medical professionals within the correctional service has become much more preemptive in nature. It simply means that we take nothing for granted. In September alone, testing for COVID-19 saw almost 300 persons, inclusive of correctional staff and inmates, being swabbed. The last one being at the Tower Street Adult, where we swabbed over 100 persons, she concluded. More burglary charges for a 13-year-old Portland boy. A 13-year-old boy is now facing multiple charges: shop breaking, burglary and larceny, after he allegedly stole from a grocery store and a woman in two incidents on Orange River Lane and Assel Road, both in Port Antonio, Portland, on Wednesday. In the first incident, about 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, the complainant securely locked his establishment on Orange River Lane, Port Antonio, Portland, and went home, according to the police. Upon his return the following day, he reportedly discovered his shop was broken into and several grocery items were stolen. In the other incident, the teen allegedly stole a woman's phone from her bedside while she was sleeping on Wednesday. A report was made to the police and an investigation launched. The boy was later arrested and placed on an identification parade where it was identified, the constabulary's corporate communication unit reported. The police said he was placed before the Portland Parish Court and was remanded in custody until Friday, November 20, when he will reappear to answer to these charges. Mango orchards to be planted across the island. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Floyd Green, says several mango orchards will be established across the island, commencing with 60 acres in Clarendon next year. The project is to be a partnership with private investors to take advantage of the market in the United States, where 100,000 pounds have been sold since the start of the year, and one importer indicating that 10 times that amount can be sold in that country. The minister was speaking at the handing over of fruit trees at Commodore New Testament Church of God in St. Catherine on National Tree Planting Day, October 1. We're going to start next year by putting 60 acres into production for mangoes. We want to see the public-private partnership model to build out that 1,000 acres in mango production because the market is there, the minister emphasized. A total of 247 fruit trees were distributed at the Commodore event. The distribution was done under the ministry's National Fruit Trees Program, which is aimed at supporting food security and protecting the environment on a sustainable basis. Some 4,500 fruit trees will be distributed to farmers and other individuals. The project is being executed in conjunction with the Jamaica Agricultural Society, JAS. Man charged in knife robbery, 20-year-old O'Shane Barnaby, is to face the court to answer to charges of robbery with aggravation and unlawful wounding in relation to an incident in which 4 men attacked and robbed another man on Regent Street in Kingston yesterday. The police said that about 10 p.m., a man was walking along Regent Street when he was approached by a man believed to be Barnaby and the 3 others who were armed with knives. The group reportedly robbed and beat him. Police officers who were on patrol in the area were summoned, and Barnaby was later arrested and charged after being identified as one of the men who carried out the attack. His court date has not yet been determined. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.